Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 2 in this series between Infi versus Lin. Game 2 taking place here on Ancient Isle currently. Spoiler alert, Infi taking a 1-0 lead after what was an expected win. Excuse me, an expected win on Turtle Rock under close spawning locations. Now, why do I say expected? Well, go ahead and watch Game 1 if you don't understand why I thought it to be expected wins. Human players just have a very, very large advantage on Turtle Rock if it is close spawns. If it is cross spawns or far spawns, I would actually give the advantage to the Orc player because of the way that the Blade Master can creep around the map, getting those all-important turtle items. Now, we are looking at Infi spawning on the top left-hand side of the map here on Ancient Isle. Meanwhile, on the bottom right, we see Lin spawning as the red orc. Orc versus human once more, and some people made some comments on why do I keep my game in this particular aspect ratio 4:3 instead of the standard 16:9 or standard 16:10. Well, the reason why I keep it in the 4:3 format is because that is what WarCraft 3 was originally built on. Back in 2002, 2003, when WarCraft 3 first came out, there were no widescreen monitors. So without widescreen monitors, this is the correct aspect ratio. If you guys do have it stretched and you think that to be what the initial game designers had wanted, well, more power to you, but I can tell you that that is not how the game was originally was originally drawn in terms of artistic content. Now, my apologies. As you guys know, I am recovering a bit from, I wouldn't call it a flu, I'd say a bad bug or a very long-lasting virus. And, well, let's go ahead and get this game underway as we already see some militia creeping happening here. Now, you can see that the Archmage is coming in from behind, very, very importantly, trying to make sure that the Ogre Magi cannot get stolen. The reason why he has it completely surrounded, this water elemental will get taken out. Most likely easy slip by for all of these peasants slipping through there as the Archmage now takes a bit of a strike from that Blade Master. Footman now, that one Blade Master almost get caught up on a poor sheep back over there as the Blade Master excuse me, I am coughing away from the microphone every time. I apologize if it is coming into the recording a bit too loud, as the Grunt and Blade Master now are still doing a bit of chasing. Now, we should be seeing very similar to what we saw in Game 1. Archmage still wandering around here, drops a water elemental, and he's actually going to go after this Null Poacher in order to try to get to level 2. A little bit of sneaking in his opponent's experience, and that's important. Anytime you can sneak in experience from your opponent, it is going to make life a little bit more difficult for that Shadow Hunter when it does come out to play. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is on the wrong side of the map there. As you can see, a Null Poacher will get taken down, and now there is still just a Null Brute left, 2 Water Elementals, and Infi feeling very daring in this situation, as this Archmage may get surrounded here. Does the Archmage get the experience? I believe it does. The Blade Master still without experience at this point, as the Water Elementals getting in some easy shots off onto those Grunts. Now the Water Elementals are going to perhaps try and make a bit of a move here. Meanwhile, the Blade Master almost gets surrounded. Does get a Windwalk out of there, though. Not too concerned about getting surrounded, though, that Blade Master, as the Blade Master does have Windwalk and can get away rather easily. Boots of Speed, Dust of Appearance now on that Archmage. My apologies, man. Standard follow-up as we're wandering around here. Now, I'm going to just try to do a little bit more color commentary as opposed to the play-by-play, and talk about what we're just waiting to look for, as opposed to trying to talk fast. Now, some easy experience. Now, what Lin's going to do is Lin's going to go to that stronghold and get that Voodoo Lounge. He does have that War Mill, and he's going to try to build the Bestiary and that Spirit Lodge. Most likely we will have a Beastmaster come out from the tavern here in just a moment, as the keep is nearly done. Once that is down, And that Archmage and that Beastmaster should come in for that initial push to try and disrupt any of those buildings. There's a small window of opportunity when the human player will have 2 heroes and the orc army will only have 1, because it does take time to train up a shadow hunter from that altar of storms. Now, the Archmage is quickly running back already. It is going to call to arms. Is it waiting for that all-important ivory tower? It looks like it is. Is it trying to buy them? Yes, it is going to pick up 3. Now pick up a Beastmaster here in just a second. Waiting for that Fire Lord. No, Infi picks up a Fire Lord instead. That is another Tavern hero that does piercing damage. And now the Archmage does also have that Clarity Potion. So damage is already being dealt. That Lava Spawn wants to get off those attacks there. And this is a very, very heavy pressure tactic. The Shadow Hunter is already, or should already be out on the field. There it is. So there's the 2 heroes to 2 heroes, as the ivory towers are already going down. Now, Infi's job is to protect these guard towers and make them a threat while keeping them alive. If he can just constantly repair them, he should be fine. But with the Serpent Ward now and extra piercing damage, it may be a little bit harder. We also have Defend from Infi, something that we didn't see in the earlier attacks, and that Lava Spawn cannot afford to take that much damage. That is not a really, really smart call at all, taking damage from those Serpent Wards. Serpent Wards do 11 to 13 damage each. Considerable amount when you can have a lot of them on the field. You cannot really creep with them, but this is still going to be a rather impressive fight. There's the Dust of Appearance and the premature Dust of Appearance there, so that the Blade Master is forced to walk away. Now there is already a Demolisher out on the field. There is double guard towers here, and that Demolisher is going to run all the way back and then try and attack and take down these guard towers. Those guard towers are very, very closely grouped together, so that the Demolisher should actually attack the ground right here and actually hit all 3 guard towers at the same time. Triple water elementals, 1 lava spawn. Lava spawns cannot split off of an attack onto a building here, as there's not additional threat there. Now the Demolisher needs to start taking down these guard towers here. You can see that Altar of Storms already down to 200 hit points. It is not going to even bother to be repaired at this point, as it is pretty much a lost cause. Now the guard tower are going to massively be repaired right here. The Shadow Hunter over investing a little bit there, as now the Blade Master is backing away. That Fire Lord once again, now with the Clarity Potion from a close Arcane Vault, and Infi is just in a dominant position. I don't see how Lin can get out of this. Lin does have his second Demolisher, so that will help a little bit. But with the Footman, with Defend, that is gonna just really stop many of those attacks. You can see that the Demolisher trying to get attacks onto some of those lower hit point, or those Footmen that were still regenerating. The Blade Master now coming in as well, and you can see no upkeep still, but still down 1 Orc Burrow means that he cannot train any additional units. Now Peasants are starting to take a little bit of a toll there. You can see Footmen now fighting here. You can see Serpent Wards now being placed down, but this is still not looking good. A little bit of a big splat there. Double Demolishers just trying to take down all of these guard towers, but the barracks does fall, so that is pretty much limiting what can be done now. Now Lin going into a little bit of a risky maneuver here with Wind Riders. Wind Riders are not your typical counter, especially when you are getting guard towered. Meanwhile, you can see Grunts are trying to engage on the far side, and what he's trying to do here, what Lin is trying to do, is just deal enough damage and force enough units out over here that the Wind Rider can fly across the map and start picking apart their opponent. You can see that there are no guard towers here, and then Infi will be forced to retreat from his base. Lin is just demolishing all of this now. You can see, I believe a peasant will get taken down. There goes one, and now some massive repairing going on at the stronghold. Still upside down on supply, or still supply blocked at 40 over 40, as the Grunts are now engaging here. You can see that the Wind Rider is actually going after the peasants here, and you can see another Grunt is still alive. That Grunt will get taken down by those militia. Meanwhile, back over here on the other side, the Demolishers are going to be in a little bit of trouble. Blade Master still trying to fight. You can see that the Archmage is pushing its way through, and the Blade Master is still trying to fight back. The Demolishers are attacking back at the heroes over here, and the Blade Master will end up surviving. There's Dust of Appearance on that Blade Master, so Windwalk is not going to work nearly as well, as now the rest of these footmen are really diving very, very deep here, as the peons are going to start repairing the demolishers. So far, this is looking extremely good for Lin, as Lin just has to go after these peasants. You can see him going after the peasants now. One peasant after another is falling. There goes another one there, the Wind Rider, getting a good amount of experience, and this is going to look like an absolute turnabout, as Lin is sitting at 40 over 50 supply, going to try and take down these guard towers. Meanwhile, Infi is sitting at 29 over 42, and Lin just separating his forces, fighting a war on two fronts, and actually coming out ahead, knowing that his opponent had sieged him for far too long. This Wind Rider going after another peasant off over here. You can see another Wind Rider is out across the map already. There goes another footman, and I believe Infi's number is pretty much done here. There is a repairing going down by one poor peasant who looks like it will get who may get taken out. No, there goes the guard tower anyways, as now the Shadow Hunter is in a little bit of trouble. All right, Blade Master does have a potion of healing. There's a healing wave keeping him alive. There's the potion of healing being quaffed, and now the Blade Master going after that water elemental. Is it gonna get taken down? It looks like it might be here. There's Footman with the Fen. There goes one. There goes two. Blade Master now sitting at level 3. Could easily start using another healing salve. And with this last guard tower, Infi's attempt at this tower rush is gonna fall completely flat. You can see double Wind Riders here now, just absolutely holding position, but they're also going up against footmen here, and because of that reflect, those Wind Riders are actually taking a fair amount of damage. Not quite what you would expect there. They are not getting microed, and because they're not getting microed, they are starting to fall. Back over here, you can see the peasant or the Wind Riders are now starting to focus down more peasants again. And as the peasants fall, that is just going to give even more experience to these Blade Masters and the Shadow Hunter, who's now sitting at level 3. Another healing wave. That Blade Master staying alive ever so barely, but there's the GG, and Infi losing game 2 after what appeared to be a shoo-in game for him. Lin able to even up the series at 1 game apiece. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.